All righty, what is going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody's having a lovely day. And with that being said, let's get into the TA. All right, guys, so the first thing I'm going to point out is that my voice sounds a little different right now. Your boy happens to catch a cold every single time he decides to go out. So, moving forward, I've decided I'm not going to be going out for a few months. I'm just not doing it. I'm going to season a no because, I have absolutely no, incentive to go get sick. But I'm going to tell you guys right now, the contents of this video will be the exact same as normal. You were just going to have a different voice talking about the contents of that video. Let's get into it. First things first, guys. All right. Very bullish candlestick we had yesterday. Very bullish red to green move we are having right now. Why am I recording this video right now? Because QQQ has just taken out the high of yesterday, which does tell me it's probably going to head up to this 407.58 gap fill. That is something that I think people could benefit from knowing. All right. You had on the hourly time frame, you had your resistance here, you had downtrend resistance going on here. Because this thing just looks nothing less than beautiful. All right. We were looking for that bounce. We had two scenarios. One, you went a little lower. All right. These were the two scenarios I had for us the other day. I think it was literally on this candle. We're going a little lower. You're going to have a big bounce. All right. Or you're going to come back to S402.90, and then you're probably going to dump down here anyway. And then you're going to have a big bounce. Both scenarios were bullish. Right here, short-term bullish. Right here, mid-term bullish. Both were bullish. We knew downside was limited unless we got this pop. Now, guys, we're going to need to see this thing start stalling out somewhere around this golden pocket. All right, so let's just put that on there. I will just adjust these settings real quick. I was showing you guys those yesterday. So we are going to just go like that. And look at that, guys. All right. The gap fill happens to be right smack dead in the middle of this golden pocket. If this thing is not going to take out this high, if sellers are going to prevail here and step in, they're going to step in before this 0.786 Fibonacci. You're not going to lose this 0.786 Fibonacci, which is going to be around 409.20. If you do see price tick up above 409.20, you are very likely just going to be taking out the 413 high over here, the 412.92 high. All-time high, that is. And then this will just be seen as a giant bull flag. Boom. All right. That is really how I'm looking at this, guys. If sellers are going to step in here, they're going to step in right here. All right. Somewhere in this, what is this? The $3 range here. Okay. The golden pocket. My guess is at the gap fill, 407.58. But again, if you see 409.20 get breached, don't be, you could do whatever you want, but I'm just going to say you have extremely low odds of making money on that short of yours if you hold it right above here. You're probably going to push here. And then, guys, do you think you're just going to double top here? No, you're probably going to go something like that, all right? I'm bullish on this market. I was bullish on the pullback. Both these scenarios were bullish. Anyone who there was a comment yesterday telling me, oh, wow, you called out two scenarios. Damn right I called out two scenarios. I'm not, I don't have a crystal ball. All right. It is a great call. You know why? Because both had, bullish outcomes. We were bullish. That is why I was saying, guys, load the dip. All right. And then sell the rip. That was your move. And then if it dumps back down, you can literally just load fat. That is the idea. But I guess some people don't see eye to eye. And if you don't see eye to eye, maybe you're just relatively new in this game. You don't understand that people don't know where the stock market is going. We have absolutely no idea what is going to happen next. All we could do is say, if this, then that. If you broke above this high, you're probably running to this 407.58 gap fill. If you break the 0.786 Fibonacci at 409.20, you're probably running all the way up to 413. Oh, great call. Great call. Yeah, damn right it's a great call. If we break this, you at least know what's going on. You don't need to know what happens next to make money. You need to react. That's what I'm getting at here. That is the point of these videos. Over here in SPY, since we spent so much time over there on QQ, but like I said, QQ was going to be my focus down here because the 4-hour RSI was literally in the exact same spot. You got your last decent-sized bounce over here. And yes, you did end up going lower, but we were looking for something like that. And then you did end up taking a dive. That is why we had two scenarios here. We were looking for either this to happen. Right here is where we were. We're either looking for that to happen, or we're just looking to have a full-scale recovery. We're having the full-scale recovery. All right. Or we were looking for the lower high. I'm not going to say a full-scale recovery because, again, I didn't know that was going to happen until we started doing some certain things. And now, again, we're going to need to see this broken, 409.20, and then guess what? 413. Over here in SPY, guys, you break this, you're probably not going to stall out right here. I'm just going to tell you right now, right? So this level is derived from the hourly time frame. And yeah, guys, things ain't looking too shabby. You can also see this break and retest on pretty much every time frame. This is why, you know, this is definitely the primary setup in my system there. All right. But I'm going to say right now, well, it's the best risk reward. We'll say that I will be willing to take. And why? Because the psychology of it is beautiful. All right. You get above here. Anybody who's shorting under here is underwater. They have the chance to close out their short for about break even if you got right here. Anybody over here is probably seeing what I'm seeing right there if you're a professional trader, and they're probably going to close that out and cause that. That is exactly what went down. All right. And then you had buyers, you know, obviously supporting this move. That's good. You see this right here. That's good stuff. I'm just going to say this is nothing less than bullish again. Over here in QQ, bullish. Over here in SPY, it's bullish. All right. You got to stall out at 475, or guys, you're probably going to come back all the way up here to 477. What was that? 477.50? 477.55. Let's just take a look at the golden pocket. Where is this one lying at? All right. Wow. Right here at 475, guys. If you see 475.20 get breached, we are likely coming all the way up here to 477.55, which is the current high. And if you can break that, guys, you have very little. You have less than a % move here. I'm going to actually say like a 0.6% move, 0.5% move up into the new, you know, the current all-time high. And we're probably not going to stop there if you do go there. I am still looking for 460. Don't get me wrong. But guys, again, I have no idea what comes next. All I can do is continuously adapt. There's no reason. Or we're going to say, well, yeah, adapt / react / yeah, react, I guess. All right. I do have my fair share of predictions. But I will say right now, we're talking about the indices. It's if then that. That's how it works. All right. That is 100% how all of it works. All right. DIA. Guess what? This thing's just literally consolidating at all-time highs here. You shoot up and take out the side, you're probably going to keep going. You're getting the next leg, all right? So I really wouldn't be, you know, if you see what we pointed out here, if you see SPY get above the 0.786 or you see QQ get above the 0.786, guys, you're not, you know, in the right side on those odds. I'm just letting you know, all right? You do that, it's not going to end out well. Let's just take a look at this, all right? From here to here, we can apply the same exact principle. Let's say you were going along up here. You're like, holy crap, look at that wick. Well, then you saw this. Right when you saw this break under 405.20, that is when you knew it was very likely you're going to come all the way down here to 403, which was the low over here, the 402.90 level. All right, and then you broke under it. And now we have a new one to pay attention to. But this is like the same exact concept, guys. All right, if buyers were to step in there, they were going to step in at the golden pocket, at least by the 0.786 fib. If sellers are going to step in, they're going to step in somewhere up here. All right, what was it? 409.20 was that level? 409.20. All right, so that is what we're paying attention over there on the indices. We're going to come over here now to some individual tickers. All right, first thing I am going to point out is actually someone did a ticker request, and I think this thing is absolutely beautiful looking. I really do. But you do have this triple bearish divergence going on. You actually, yeah, you got a triple bearish divergence, but you are looking like you are going to be getting the breakout. On this chart alone, I would personally be looking for this, all right? You're either looking for this to be a false breakout right here, and you're going to break down. Here's your buy, all right? Or you can, you know, play the downside right there. That's why I'm, you know, letting you guys know about it. I also don't like that you've had decreasing volume, this whole, you know, slow grind up in this wedge-like pattern, so it doesn't really look the best there. And then you can actually go like that, and it is more of a wedge. And then guess what? You literally stalled out at the top today, or around the top. We could do that. All right, so you're right over there. Just saying. All right, watch for the downside. If you do get the daily breakout, though, that is when the next resistance is going to be all the way up there at 166. This thing kind of looks like a beast. All right. Next thing I am going to be pointing out is AI. Someone actually just commented on Twitter saying something about, why are you covering a meme stock? Guys, because this is the setup is within my system, and I think it's sexy. That is why. You have a daily uptrend going on here. That alone isn't looking too shabby. Now, what really catches my eye here? You got the downtrend, the hourly downtrend break, and you came back tested with a hammer candlestick off of increasing volume. right here. That looks beautiful. All right, I don't know what else to say about it. It looks absolutely phenomenal, and we could see a pretty quick move back up here to 30 bucks if this thing holds this breakout. All right, why do I say 30 bucks? Because this is where you can very clearly see this wick. If you were to draw a zone, it would be anywhere from 31 to 30 bucks. All right, so that's AI. What is the next one that we are going to be paying attention to, guys? I just want to comment on SMCI. All right, I do think it's very likely you're going to be pushing up here to this 341 gap fill. All right, I know premiums reduced, they're very expensive, but you know, break and retest, picture perfect setup here. You're probably going to start pushing all-time highs up at 357. All right, so that is something you could be watching right there. Rivian is the next one that I am going to be just letting you guys know about. All right, we've been watching on this pullback, guys, but now I'm just going to say, if you're bullish on Rivian, this kind of is the ideal entry. Not kind of, it is the ideal entry. All right, not only will you have that going on, but you're also going to have your literal break and retest going on right here. All right, so you are like literally right here. There's, you know, you have 2 points of confluence going on here. You have the trend line retest here from this parallel channel, and then you also have an inverse head and shoulders going on here, but you know, another retest. You got the break and retest from right over here. All right, and then right over here, your consolidation. So I do think this is very sexy. I do think it's probably going to start popping off. We want to see some signs of life. All right, next one I'm going to point out, all right, which I'm going to make this the last one. We could talk about some China, but I'm going to just say right now, China's just continues to take a dump. Until it stops taking a dump, it's not going to stop taking a dump, all right? But actually, before we stop talking about China, XPEV over here. All right, guys, the daily RSI is saying it's very likely going to be having its bottom somewhere within the zone here before I move back up to, you know, 16, and then probably all the way up here at 17 bucks. Well, first, you're going to be targeting that $15 level right there. But what I'm really focused on here is I have two different layouts on this thing. But that is what we're really looking at, guys. You are right here. This thing doesn't really look too bad to me. It really does not. And then the daily RSI is signaling that you probably, if you're going to hold this trend here, this, you know, how you bottom down here, guess what? You're probably going to be finding buyers stepping in somewhere in this break and retest zone. All right. If you want a level to be paying attention to, 1152, that is the, you know, what I would call the actual break and retest level if you just want that. All right, and then JD actually came down and is bouncing off of its uptrend right here. But again, I'm just going to say it right now, all right? It's some of these China names, guys. I'm playing these as my swings, just the hodl, and holy sweet baby Jesus, all right? No, China took your boy for a ride here, all right? But luckily, you know, we've had these other setups that have kind of counteracted that. So, you know, I've kind of, you know, I've been chilling. I have been chilling. Speaking of which, CELH, absolutely sexy. Absolutely sexy. I don't know what else to say about this thing. Guys, over the coming weeks, you're probably going to be pushing up to all-time highs. All you got to do is break this, what is this high? 62.99. Break 62.99, you could definitely expect to be seeing 69 bucks very soon. In a hurry. I don't know if that does, you know, you're just going to continue going straight up here. Maybe you get your pullback. Be bullish on that pullback if you get it. All right. I think that is pretty much it, guys. All right, I'm pretty positive there was one other ticker I wanted to pay attention to, and it was not SoFi. But SoFi is looking extremely clean. All right, you're just consolidating here. Wait to see some sign of life. You kind of got that on yesterday's candlestick right there. You did break above that high right there, but you really do want to be breaking above this zone. All right, so let's just put that there. Right there. All right, you can break that, guys. You have nothing until that gap fill. You are very likely going to start pushing up to it. Tesla. I think this is the one I wanted to be paying attention to because this is absolutely, I mean, you guys already know about PLTR. Obviously, that thing is literally just, you know, it's getting ready to break out. You have the false breakdown over here. It's getting ready to break down or break out to the upside. That is very likely going to be the resolution. But Tesla, guys, you are literally right here at support. You came down, you bounced perfectly off of support. You got your trend line support. All right, so we got some confluence going on here. I'm just going to say, guys, all right, this, if you're bullish on Tesla, this is the exact spot. All right, this is your risk level right here, 232. Guys, you can't hold 232. That is when, you know, you have nothing until you come all the way back down here to like 210. 225. All right, I do think this is going to be holding. You're right here on the trend line. Let's just take a look back on the weekly time frame. We were saying this was going to be a glorious buying opportunity if you back tested this trend line instead of just shooting straight up. And then if, you know, you back this, it's probably going to be a straight shot up to this trend line here, which is going to be around 275 to 280, depending on how quick you do that. All right. I still think this is a very sexy setup. I still think this is literally just the back test, and you are also at horizontal support. So yeah, if you are bullish on Tesla, this is exactly where you want to be, you know, taking those, you know, long positions. Obviously, don't just, you know, do whatever you want with your money. Don't do what I say. Just know, from a risk to reward perspective, this is exactly the best spot to be doing it until you lose this level. If you lose this level, try it out over here, but I'm going to say you're probably going to fall all the way down here to, like, you know, 210. I think it's very likely going to be holding this back test. All right. And with that being said, guys, everybody have a lovely rest of your day. I love you guys. I really do freaking appreciate you guys. We got so many new people coming along yesterday. The day before, guys. I'm serious, guys. I appreciate you guys so much. And I really don't think any of you guys understand. I appreciate you guys more than you know. And I love what we have going on here. And I am excited to keep growing this community with you guys. That being said, go follow over on the Twitter just to, you know, get these, you know, intraday updates. So you got over here on SPY, get my setups. Whenever I see something, I'm probably going to be posting the setup right over here. And then on top of that, I will be doing ticker requests. And then I will post these ticker requests when I get the time. Fortunately, yesterday I did not get the time. I did choose to go out because I had friends, you know, they came home. But yeah, guys, I'm not going to be going out. I swear I get a freaking cold or I get sick every single time I go out. It's literally not even, damn right you filled that gap. Damn right. I got you. All right. With that being said, guys, peace.